It's time for misinformation. Misinformation. Misinformation.
Good morning, Posse. Wednesday. And Wednesday means only one thing: misinformation.
Hi! They had to cancel Halloween this year due to the Trump virus, so I thought I'd dress for the show. I wanted to do a Halloween show today, but the President of the United States is even scarier. Trump is the number one driver of misinformation on the coronavirus in the world, so now they're calling him misinformation, and I don't like that one bit. I just can't stand that man, and he shouldn't be using my name. He knew to wash his hands and wear a mask, but refused. He mocked mask wearers and is responsible for killing hundreds of thousands of people. He lied to us about the virus when he knew better. He held open rallies and shook people's hands when he alone knew how dangerous it was. I'm sorry he's sick and all, but what did he expect? Now he's saying that the flu is more deadly than COVID. Even Twitter and Facebook took it down, acknowledging that he lies. He seems to have lost his mind on the expensive presidential-only drugs that are saving him, and he wants all of us to die. Death by presidential stupidity. Now, traditionally, we might think these spiders and bats and things flying around and rabbits jumping and stuff are scary. But how about those Proud Boys? They're scary for real. He wants them to be poll watchers to discourage people from voting. The disinformation he's spreading about mail-in voting fraud is completely made up to scare people. There are safeguards in place to prevent fraud. That is, unless he gets his Russian cronies to help. He's the one creating voter fraud by having his new goons remove the sorting machines and voting boxes, making it impossible for us to vote and for the post office to process all of our mail-in ballots. Why, he's a big cheater. Here are the good tips we learned about debating from him. Kids shouldn't learn that. I was taught not to lie. Did you watch the debate where he told those white supremacist Proud Boys to stand back and stand by, ready for war? I want to dispel some more of those lies he told that has divided us from the beginning and creates chaos in his attempt to destroy America. Could you hold the camera still? You're making my audience sick. As he now well knows and has always known, we need to wear masks that cover our nose and mouth. It can be a Halloween mask if you like. Dr. Fauci has said the pandemic is an evolving situation. But since March, he's been telling us to wear a mask. Trump mocked them, and now look at him. He's ignored the pandemic, incited racial extremism, and contempt for science. And he's threatened to not accept the results of the election when we vote him out. His rude bullying manner made me so mad. He just won't play by the rules. That's why a lot of folks don't believe that he even has COVID. He's just hiding from the next debate and trying for sympathy, since pulling out all the voting stations might not work. And now he's saying he's invincible to it, but that we should all take our masks off. I swear this guy wants us all to die. He really scares me. And then, look at this. He's made everybody want to fight me. They say, fight misinformation. That's not right. I didn't do anything. He's the worst, the worst. I just can't believe it. I hope no one listens to him and everybody wears a mask and stays safe. Do not listen to his lies. He claimed that he reduced drug prices, but he didn't. And anyway, the federal government has no direct control over drug prices for people who have no insurance or who are covered by private insurance through their employer. And that's most people. He's taking pre-existing conditions out of our health plan, and COVID will be one. He's continuing to screw everything up. He just called off the coronavirus stimulus talks until after the election. He is such a bad man. He just lies and lies, like about poor Hunter Biden. He didn't receive a dishonorable discharge, and he didn't receive millions in salary. All that's already been proven false. And Joe Biden's other son, Beau, who passed away, was a hero, while neither of the Trump boys or anyone ever in the Trump family has ever served our military or any service in our country. They are traitors. I feel like a traitor without my mask. So you want to know what else he said? That Biden wanted to get rid of cows. That's nuts. I like the Green New Deal with net zero carbon emissions in 10 years, but this isn't even Biden's plan. Just look up Joe's plan for climate and clean energy and get the real poop. Speaking of poop, Trump told Biden he was last in his class, which wasn't true. Though it is most likely Trump was. He's an idiot. Trump will say stuff like, the sheriff of Portland supports me, when in fact, the county sheriff said, I have never supported Donald Trump and will never support him. Trump said that Biden called African Americans super predators, which is just crazy. He never did that. Trump lies and lies and lies about everything. The U.S. trade deficit is up to $67 billion, 14-year high. He doesn't want to do anything good for us. He just wants to undo whatever Obama did, because he's racist. He loves to fearmonger, this guy. He wants the people to think there would be more social unrest under Biden when he's the one that created it. He's Mr. Chaos. While Trump pays lip service to not liking the concept of defunding the police, his administration 2021 budget proposed funding cuts to the local law enforcement programs. Biden wants to give them additional help through social and psychological services. Part of Biden's criminal justice plan includes a renewed investment in community policing initiatives. He has plans, that guy. Trump never has a plan. I mean, there are some bad cops that needed to be weeded out. We all know that. Besides George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, they killed many, many African Americans just this year. And then they get off scot-free. That's not right. It has to stop. Vice President Biden would like the police union to do their own policing of themselves. That's the best idea. Biden has repeatedly denounced violence, rioting, and looting, while Trump stirs up all his white supremacist goons and divides us all as a people. It's those white supremacist Proud Boys and groups like that that are the problem. Yet he blames Black Lives Matter. They're almost always peaceful. Together, without the interference of Trump, I know they can work it out. Trump's own former spokesperson, that COVID-infected Kellyanne, said riots and chaos and violence help Trump's cause. She's got that right. We have got to vote him out. We, the American people, can stomach no more of his lies and deceit. We don't want his wall. We don't like his manner. We don't like his mafia tactics of quid pro quo. We don't like him tanking our economy and crashing our stock market with his mishandling of the pandemic and recklessness in catching the disease himself. We don't like his ego nor his bravado, and we just don't like him. They're going to try to keep us from voting. Whatever you do, vote, and vote carefully. Vote Biden-Harris, the only vote there is. Let's stop the posturing and the lies and get back to the United States that we all love, one that is inclusive and kind. Vote. Bye-bye. Say bye, Dawn. Okay, I've had my scare. Now I'm going to go look for some candy. Happy Halloween. See you tomorrow on Deputy Ted.